So yeah, welcome to the Spring Kraken Con 2015 costume contest. We have some fantastic costumes for this evening here. And so without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic along to our judges who will introduce themselves, say a little bit about themselves, and then we'll get things started.
Hi everyone, my name is Kay. I'm the 2014 Miss Asian San Francisco, and I'm so happy to be here today, and can't wait to see all these amazing costumes. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nina of Nina Monster Cosplay and Wigs. I'm really excited. I can see my friends. Hi, I'm Hessie Chen. I've been cosplaying for like 15 years now. I'm really excited to look at some great costumes, as well as I'm sure all of you are too, and I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm Alicia. I'm the head of the cosplay department here at Kraken Con. I've been cosplaying for almost 20 years now, so it's good to see everybody here, and we hope you guys have a good time.
All right, another big round of applause for all of our judges, everybody. So let's get this thing started. I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Brandon Campanilli. I am the MC for all of our main events here. I also am a cosplayer, and you can't tell. But anyways, let's get this thing started. All right, contestant number 1, we have Red as Kid Loki from Young Avengers. Let's see. There's something interesting about the crown that you've got.
Yeah, it's all real metal.
It's real metal.
Yeah, I have some scars for making it actually, but yeah, everything's real.
And have you ever worked with metal before like that?
A couple times doing stuff like this. I did Princess Bubblegum's crown 2 years ago the same way.
Awesome. Well, that's really great. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Big round of applause for. And next up, we have Jada Rogue as Captain America, Jada Rogue as Captain America from Marvel Comics. Now, I understand there's something special about your shield. There's something very interesting about it.
I wanted it to stay on my back. So I made this little hook on it, and I have a special thing on this that'll like stay on if I can get to it.
Yeah, sure. Very cool. Yeah, one more big round of applause for Captain America. And next up, we have Julius as Iron Man from Marvel Comics. It's playing on jazz one time. All right.
What do you want to know?
So there's something. What is your?
I got a
made
nice
of?
attitude because I just quit drinking.
You quit drinking?
Yeah.
Did you get some help from Mr. Fantastic?
No, he was actually very terrible. I should call him Mr. Sorry. That's what you think.
So, so what is your outfit made of?
Warbler, believe it or not. My first time using it, actually.
And how was it working with that?
I think it's a godsend.
Godsend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
a lot easier to work with than steel. I'll tell you that much. Or iron.
One more big round of applause for Iron Man. And next up, we have Desert Otaku as Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. And I understand that this outfit, you're very proud of it.
Yes, but I couldn't find the right color for the longest time, because Kiki's kind of like a mix of purple, navy, and black. It's a weird color. And so I walked around like 4 different Joannes, like on a flannel that matched the color.
Yeah, that's always difficult, getting it just right.
Yeah.
Well, it turned out great. One more big round of applause for Kiki. And next up we have Double Trouble as Nonon Jakuzure from Kill la Kill. Alright, and let's see, so there's something special about how much this cost you to be able to put it together.
Yeah, I only spent $10 to make this entire costume. I went to flea markets and Craigslist to make sure I got the fabric and the wig and everything else I need for the cheapest price.
All right, and we have Haru as Dark Pit from Kid Icarus. Your costume maybe took a little bit of a while. The feathers seems like it took some time. How long did it take you to put that together?
Actually, so I kind of sent in the photos for them to be submitted. I only had the wings cut out, but I started this Thursday. Thursday.
Wow, that's all right, next up we have Medvista as Medvista from Blue Exorcist. So what was the most difficult part of constructing your costume?
The most difficult part was actually probably the cape, because it's a lot of fabric, and I had to redo the collar like 3 times, so it was really hard.
And you have that line as well, right?
Yeah,
you got the color and things like that. It's very difficult to do. Yeah, one more big round of applause. And next up we have Diabolic Duck performing as Adam, Barbara, and Headhunter from the Beetlejuice movie. Let's see, your heads look really nice and very well sculpted. What are they made out of?
We made everything out of EVA foam and scrap foam, and we sewed all of our
Well, it's awesome. They turned out great. They look fantastic. One more big round of applause. And next up, we have Heather Strubeck as Commander Catherine DeWinter from Lady Mechanica. So how did you construct your outfit here? And yes, please go through.
So, some of the base for the costume were clothes that I had that I wanted to kind of recycle. And so from there, I used fabrics from other things that I also wanted to recycle and cut out patterns. And for the hat and the cape, I handmade using fabric and for this cardboarded fabric. And it was a little tricky though because I don't have any sewing experience and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I had to figure that out beforehand and then start. And it's the first one I've ever done all on my own, so.
Very much, yeah. She was Commander Catherine DeWinter from that series I can't pronounce properly. Next up we have Slifer as Yuyasaki from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V.
Stargazer and Rungazer Magician in the Pendulum Zone. And I pendulum sew it. Odd Eyes, Pendulum Dragon!
I think self-destruct. Just saying. So, how did you make your wig? You got the you got the two colors, and then you have your yeah.
So it's actually two separate wigs that I had to slice and hand sew together. And then I added in like a pack of West to the red part. She's happy because she knows my show. And then the ahoge is like, it's actually aluminum tape with wire in it. And then I glued like the green West on top.
Awesome, cool. Turned out great. Yeah, one more round of applause. Next up, we have Kat and Taiga as Riku and Yuna from Final Fantasy X. So, what was the most difficult part about constructing your outfits?
For Riku, probably the gloves. We've never made gloves before. This is actually only my second costume, so it was really interesting trying to figure out the pattern and work with this material, which is hard to sew with our little sewing machine. And the belt. We don't talk about the belt.
This is also our first time working with resin, which is what this entire thing really is made out of. It's 2 layers of corkboard glued together, spackle, resin. So, kind of works.
Well, it turned out awesome. One more big round of applause. Next up, we have Wishful Feline as Feferi Pisces from Homestuck. All right. And you constructed your horns and the glasses and everything. Did you make everything?
I didn't make everything in the costume, but I did make the horns myself, and I spray painted the glasses and the trident, and the skirt was handmade too, and I commissioned the jewelry especially for this cosplay, so a whole lot of it was made specifically for this.
Cool, awesome, well, it looks great. One more big round of applause for And next up we have Evil Queen Cosplay as Thranduil the Elven King from The Hobbit. Now, how did you do all that seam work on the front of your outfit?
I tried using a pattern, didn't work out, so I did it all by 3 hands.
doing all the seam work on the front, making sure it matched all by hand and by eye, everything by hand.
Getting it all symmetrical,
Yes.
I'm sure it was very difficult. Awesome. Well, it turned out fantastic. One more big round of applause. And next up we have Nobody Puppet Princess as Aoba Serenaki from Dramatic Murder. Now, what's one thing that you're particularly proud of your costume?
The one thing I'm most proud of in my cosplay is the jacket, because it was my first time at making the designs and patterns that go on the jacket and making them as symmetrical as possible so that they would all fit together was a humongous challenge, but it turned out really great.
Yeah, it turned out great. One more big round of applause. Next up, we have Tintless Cosplay. Let me try that again. Tintless Cosplay as Homura Akemi from Puella I always screw this up. Puella Magi Madoka Magica. Now, is there something special about your shield? It looks like there's something really interesting right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. It was one of the first props I made. All the designs are made of craft foam, and the little gears inside are parts from an actual clock that I just kind of ripped apart.
Awesome. Yeah, great. So what are we got applause for? Next up, we have Fred as Fred from Big Hero 6. So the shirt looks really cool. What's the story behind that one?
So my little sister, who's going to be Monica for anime, actually made the design in Photoshop, and then we just layered just the iron on, kept iron on, and it came out almost like a professional.
Yeah, looks great. One more big round of applause. And next up, we have Sarah Storm as Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Now, your dress looks really good. You got a lot of great work going on there. How long did it take you to put that together? Or, have you done large dresses like that before?
This is actually my first time making a dress. I've made a lot of other costumes, but never a dress. This took me from October to last night.
That's a long time. Well, it paid off for sure. One more big round of applause for Belle. And next up, we have Kitty Cosplay as Sabina Wren from Star Wars Rebels. What's the material that you use to craft your armor then?
My armor is made of Sintra, a PVC plastic. And it's my first time using Sintra, so this build was a real challenge for me. It took about 2 months to make.
2 months, wow, that's a long time. Turned out great.
Thank you.
Once again, everybody's doing great. And next up, we have Cash Money Cosplay as Anna and Maribel from Fire Emblem Awakening. the part of your cosplay that you're the most proud of?
I would have to say my boot covers. This was my first time making a pair, and it was a pretty tricky experience at first, but they're fully lined, and I was like really obsessed with getting the pointed elf shape, so I actually stuffed the toes to get that look. And for me, it would have to be my corset. It was a lot of firsts for me, and I really wanted to get this flared shape, and there's several channels of boning and fully lined, and there's a...
Well, they turned out fantastic. Give it up one more time for Anna and Meredith from Fire Emblem Awakening. And next up, we have something I can't pronounce. Mr. Comb and Monster Teeth Cosplay as Panty and Stocking from Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. And how did you go about constructing your outfit?
Well, we both basically use the same pattern. It's just a heavily modified dress pattern. Circle skirt, lots of petticoats. The hearts are ornaments that we spray painted the inside of so that the outside stays shiny. These are just LED lights. Hers is an acrylic sheet. This is styrofoam and then acrylic over it. Lots of craft foam and ruffles and all that kind of stuff.
All right. One more round of applause for Panty and Stocking. All right, and up next, here's your Overachiever as Shrek from the Shrek movies. All right, so hello there. Now that looks like it's pretty heavy. How much does that weigh?
It's over 80 pounds.
80 pounds. I don't think even military people have vests over 80 pounds.
The head is a cardboard frame. I've got a plywood frame around my shoulders with a half sauna tube and foam padding. But this is all found materials. I spent about $22 on foam and green paint.
So you dress up and you just have to take a weight off your shoulders when you go home, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. One more big round of applause for Spring. Dear miss. All right, and next up we have Chili Taco as Caitlyn from League of Legends. Now, how much fabric did you use to construct this?
Actually a lot, especially my petticoat. This is like I line everything I made, so that's double fabric. Everything I made, and this petticoat is over $10. It might not look a lot, but over $10. And yeah, it's a lot of fabric, and all these ruffles. There's a lot of ruffles on top of it. And I also spent a lot on these full covers. This is actually the second version of full covers. This first one, it was like made out of my cotton. I didn't really like it, so I made a different one. So now it looks like a real boot.
All right, awesome. Well, one more big round of applause. Next up, we have Eddie as Kid Kakashi from Naruto. Now, what was the most difficult, you can, I think that it'll have been there. What was the most difficult part of your costume to construct?
Everything.
If you had to pick one.
I hate the liquid latex.
Liquid latex?
It's like onions. It magically makes you cry every time.
Is that for the...
Yeah.
All right. One more big round of applause for Kiki. And next up, we have Lynn as Bahamut from Bahamut Female Demon. All right, and so how long did it take you to put together your cosplay? Do you speak human?
I have been working on it for 1 month. I really took too much time doing my wings and my shots.
A big round of applause. And next up, we have Renji and Sabimaru from Bleach. The most challenging aspect of constructing your outfits?
So, the hardest part of making this outfit is making Zabimaru the prop. So it's, I tried to make mobile at the same time. So I use craft foam, I use poster board for the head, and then I use fur as well. And the whole infrastructure is made of chicken wires. So like, when I looked on Google, a lot of people made it out of wood, which was really heavy, so I wanted to make something more mobile and compact and easy to transport. For sand.
The hardest part of my costume is making the bodysuit. This is my first time making a bodysuit, and the material doesn't stretch, so I have to measure my whole body. And just the mechanics of making sure everything stays in place is really hard. So yeah, that's the hardest part.
All right, one more big round of applause for Renji. And next up, we have Evan Atwood from Fandom Workshop as Mr. Incredible Retro. Now, how long did it take you to put this whole outfit together?
I started flat patterning all the patterns Wednesday afternoon, and after a sleepless Thursday through early Friday morning, I was done. Well, it's all taken under 48 hours.
That's very quick. It turned out fantastic. One more big round of applause. And next up, we have the Kratons as Akuma, Makoto, Chun-Li, Ryu, and Juri from Street Fighter 4. I probably know why, but what prompted you all to cosplay together?
Well, we like to spend time with our kids, or we don't get to because I work a lot, but this is what we like to do as a family. And we actually had another child who passed away on try to do this in the month of April so that way it's more fun and less depressing.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. You all look really great. One more big round of applause. And next up, we have Valkyrie Cosplay and Cerebellum as Ersa and Jubia from Fairy Tail. Did that take you a long time to do?
Actually, I've done. Well, this is really dark. Actually, these are they're fan art of the characters. So those were the only pictures that they actually have of these characters. So all the detailing and stuff like that, I had to really zoom in and everything with it. For this skirt, to make it so puffy, I used 3 yards of fabric.
Whoa.
So it's all hemmed and pleated, 3 full yards. Then we have lace, actually on the actual collar. We have multiple bows. Her hat, to make it as puffy as it is, I pretty much had to stuff it. Okay, now onto my costume. I have, this is all foam. I have very, very detailed designs all over it. And pretty much everything from below the knee I had to completely make up because the picture didn't go that far. Same with hers, it didn't go that far.
That's good, it flows very well at continuing the character.
And for the wig, I spent 2 days on. I had to completely straighten this wig. It was hell.
Well, it turned out great. So yeah, one more big round of applause. Next up, we have Yair as Robin from Teen Titans. All right. Now, what was the hardest part about constructing your outfit?
The mask, since I wanted to make it myself, but I couldn't find any fabric to put in the eyes that I could see through. But we went to Joann's and just stretched the fabric that we could use.
Did you experiment with that before? Did you try like other fabrics?
I just grabbed fabric and see if I could see through it.
That's awesome. Great job. And yeah, one more big round of applause for Robin. And next up, we have Sammy Dog Cosplay as Hatsune Miku from Vocaloid. Now, do you have complete layers on, or how many layers is your outfit?
There's 9 layers on
9?
Yeah. Last month, the second of summer, I got a heat stroke wearing this costume.
How are you here? At the AC vent, right? Well, it's certainly, we always have to suffer, you know, you just have to. You want it to look legit.
Do it for the cosplay.
Absolutely. One more big round of applause for Hatsune Miku. And our final contestant is Bambi Eyes as Morgan Iceland from Deathstalkers, or Darkstalkers. Why was that misspelled? I didn't know. All right. Now, your wings. How did you put your wings together?
Well, actually, it was not easy. It was my first time actually doing something like this. let's just say that all of this is being held up by a corset, and it's been a very long day.
Keep it really tight. Fantastic. One more big round of applause. And that is all of our costume contestants. One more big round of applause for every So we're going to, the judges are going to deliberate. They're going to tally up everything. Oh, first I'd actually like to thank our sponsors, Cryolon Professional Makeup, Zenfolio, Game Zone Recreation, Viz Media, Funimation, Crunchyroll, Visit Oakland, and NIS America. So, thank you very much to our sponsors. And, oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay, so we will have. So once I've announced all of the awards, everybody who does receive an award, please go ahead and hang out here, and then we'll take care of everything afterwards. So we'll take care of all that registration. So let's get this going. All right. So let's start with Best Armor. So our Best Armor award goes to Julius as Iron Man from Marvel Comics. He had to go take care of something. All right, our next award, Best Use of Feathers, goes to Best Use of Feathers goes to Haru as Dark Pit from Okay, fine. All right. Next award, best wig goes to Slifer as Yuyasaki from Yu-Gi-Oh! RPG. All right, next up, attention to detail goes to Kat and Taiga as Riku and Yuna from Final Fantasy X. Best jacket goes to Nobody Puppet Princess, Aoba Senagaki from Dramatical Murder. All right, next up, let's see, Group Construction. Group Construction goes to Mr. Kung and Monster Chief Cosplay as Panty and Stocking from Panty and Stocking with Carter. And next up, we have the Kiki Cosplay as Sabine Wren from Star Wars Rebels. The Best Novice Award goes to Medvista from Blue Exorcist. All right, and the next award for Best Creativity goes to Valkyrie Cosplay and Sarah Lillum as Ersa and Julia from Fairy Tail. Goes to Cash Money Cosplay as Anna and Maribel from Fire Emblem Awakening. All right, and now we're to our last three awards, the top three awards. So our third place award goes to, here's your Overachiever, Shrek. All right, our second place award goes to the Krakens as Akuma, Makoto, Chun-Li.
Guys, let's hear it for the kids. Come on.
All right, and our first place award goes to Diabolic Duck as Adam, Barbara, and Headhunter. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the show.